Hey, Shalom, Hakim, Shalom, Shalom. All right, Shabbat Shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. And before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and who teach well. Shalom to the Yakim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. Shalom to the Yakwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith, and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. All right, I want to say peace and blessings to you all. Barakatham. All right, so I was I was just doing a little bit of practicing. I like to practice my calligraphy, and I took the time to write down a famous quote. All right, by David Michelot. All right, and the quote reads, "If everyone is special, then no one is. If everyone gets a trophy, trophies become meaningless." All right, if everyone gets a trophy, then trophies become meaningless. If everyone is special, then no one is. You see what I'm saying? And that principle or that concept is universally understood, you know what I'm saying, in the world. All right, throughout the world it's understood, man. If you give everybody a prize, then the prize doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. Its value goes down if it's just handed out all over the place. All right? So that same concept, plays out in the scriptures as well. Right? So I want to get this going real quick. Bear with me. All right. So, if everyone is special, no one is. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. All right. This is one of the first scriptures that you learn coming into the truth. You know what I'm saying? Learning about these scriptures for real. Okay, and who they apply to. Deuteronomy 7 and 6, it says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth." Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. It says that for a reason, man. You know what I'm saying? The Hebrew word for special is sagalah. All right, sagalah. And it means to shut up or to seal. It means wealth, as closely shut up, a jewel, peculiar, proper, good, a possession, a property. Okay, valued property. Right? And that's what that means. Okay? The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And there's let me see. In the wake of, you know what I'm saying, the different the different doctrine changes, all right, that's focusing on the Gentiles all of a sudden, or shall I say the the heathen nations. All right, because there are two types of Gentiles. Okay, there are two types of Gentiles, but if you don't know how to go into the words and understand what's actually being read, okay, and pointed out in the scriptures, then you'll take things for face value. You know what I'm saying? So, when you have people like Deacon Hakar, you know what I'm saying, Brother Hassad, and all these different characters, you know what I'm saying, it's not just them, it's plenty more, you know what I'm saying, who go with this same doctrine. It disregards, you know what I'm saying, multiple things, man. It disregards the necessity for the law. It disregards the necessity for Yahweh Shai's sacrifice. It disregards the prophets. Okay? It disregards many things when you try to run with that narrative when that's not what the scriptures are talking about. Okay? So let's get this real quick. Let's go to Salaki. I'm still under the weather, but bear with me. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 5, and verse 24. It reads, let's start at verse 23. It says, and said, and said, O Lord, thou bearest, O Lord, thou bearest rule of every wood of the earth and of all the trees thereof. Thou hast chosen thee one only vine, and of all lands of the whole world thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily, and of all the depths of the sea thou hast filled thee one river, and of all the builded cities thou hast hollowed Zion unto thyself, and of all the fowls that are created thou hast named thee one dove, and of all the cattle that are made thou hast provided thee one sheep, and among all the multitudes of people thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest thou gavest a law that is approved of all. You see, not everybody was given this privilege. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back to Deuteronomy chapter 7. Verse 6 again, it says, for thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power. Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. See? Let me see. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 32. All right. Bear with me. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8. It says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, you see what I'm saying? Everyone has an inheritance. All the nations have their inheritance. Okay, all the nations have their own lands. All the nations were given the chance to rule. The Lord is very fair. You see? The Lord gave all these nations the ability to rule their lands. It says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel, Yashar Allah. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. He found him in a desert land, and in a waste howling wilderness. He led him about, he instructed him, he kept him as the apple of his eye. Okay? And we've been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, Hispanics, Seminole Indians, you know what I'm saying? You speckled bird Israelites who go back to these people through the line of your fathers. We've been through a lot, man. All right? Throughout these many generations. And that was because of our own mess ups. You know what I'm saying? We went off. All right? We had to suffer. We had to suffer slavery. We had to suffer Jim Crow. We had to suffer the Trail of Tears. We had to suffer Wounded Knee. We had to suffer all these many things. All these many things at the hands of our enemies. You see? Because contrary to what Deacon Hakkad, Brother Hassad is saying, all right, contrary to what they're saying, the Lord doesn't look at the individuals. He looks at nations as a whole. Take Israel, for example. All right? Take Israel, for example. Not every Israelite went against the Lord's commandments. Not every single Israelite went against the Lord's commandments. Yet he punished the children of Israel all the same. You see what I'm saying? When King David went off, all of Israel was punished as a result of what he did. You see? When he numbered the children of Israel, all right, when it's against our laws to go and do that. As a matter of fact, it's an act that's punishable by death. You know? And instead of facing his judgment, the Lord gave him an option. All right, he said, hey, you know what I'm saying, what would you like me to send you into the hands of your enemies, or would you like me to send you a plague? You know what I'm saying? All right. All of Israel had to face that consequence because of what King David did. All right. So the Lord looks at nations. He doesn't just look at the individual. All right. So when he says that all your enemies shall go into captivity, he's talking nationwide. He's talking about every nation's people. Right? So let's get this here. Let's go to Amos. Alrighty. All right, this is Amos chapter 3. Let's start at the top. All right, Amos 3:1. It says, hear this word that the Lord Yahweh hath spoken unto you, O children of Yashar Allah, against the whole family, not the individuals, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. You see, the Lord is very very specific when he says this. Okay, why? Because Israel is the lot of his inheritance. Israel as a whole. Okay, and what do we get into? The word for special is sagalah. Again, sagalah. Meaning what? Valued property. valued property, wealth, jewel, all right, jewels, peculiar treasure, shut up, all right, meaning sealed. Because when you got pure treasure, when you got gold, silver, all right, precious rubies and diamonds and sapphires and such and so forth, you know what I'm saying? What would you do? You would seal it up. You would seal it in a vault. Okay? You would seal it in the vault. And the Lord made it plain. He made it clear. All right? Real quick, I want to segue. He made it clear that that we're not like the rest of the heathen nations. Right? In Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 19, it says, "The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name." Right? So let's see. Let's go to Baruch real quick. All right. Baruch Baruch chapter 4 and verse 3. It says, "Give not thine honor unto another, give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to the Most High are made known unto us." All right, we know what the Lord is pleased with. We know what he loves, what he enjoys. You see what I'm saying? So when we say repent and turn back, all right, we're telling you to turn back to the things that please the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, offend less. Okay? Verse 5, it says, "Be of good cheer, my people." The memorial of Israel, memorial goes into the word Zion, or in the Hebrew, Tazayawan, which means memorial. Okay? Verse 6, it says, "Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemies." All right? You were delivered unto the enemies. "For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils, and not to the Most High. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you." Okay? This is why we went into all the different things that we had to endure. Right? And no other nation had to endure that. All right, this is Daniel 9 and 11. It says, "Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. And he hath confirmed his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heavens throughout the entire planet, hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem." You see, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians. No one else can say that happened to them, their people. You know what I'm saying? No one else can say that. All right? So, the reason why we were given this punishment is because there's so much that's required of us. You know what I'm saying? Remember, the portion of Jacob is not like them. So if we're not like the rest of these heathen, what does that mean? That means that we have a higher standard to live by. All right? We have a higher standard to live by, and so as a result, when we go against that standard, the punishments are steep. All right? The punishments are very severe, as it was written in our law. It was written in the contract that if you do such and so forth, this is going to happen to you. Deuteronomy chapter 28. All right? And in breach of that contract, all of those curses came upon us. You see? And everyone on the planet could see that those curses were what's the word? They were evident, all right, in our daily lives, in the way we live at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? This is Psalms chapter 82 and verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High, man. All right. Our lot on this planet was to rule the other nations. All right. Our lot on this planet as Israelites were to rule the other nations. All right. Before we were known as Israelites, we were known as the sons of God. Okay. In the ancient world. Okay. But the same way the sons of God fell off and did according to the heathen, it's the same thing that happened today. You see? It says, I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. So due to our failures, all right, we were subjected to the rule of these nations. Like I said, our lot on this planet is to rule the other nations. But when we go off, we become ruled over by the other nations. You see how that works? You see? A false balance is an abomination to the Lord. Okay, but a just weight is his delight. If we do properly, we rule over all the other nations. When we do wrong, we are ruled over by the other nations. You see? And these other nations don't give a shit about you. And that's the truth. And you know that. These people who are screaming up and down for the sake of the heathen nations, okay? They know this to be true. They know this to be true. They know if the shoe was on the other foot, they know that none of these other heathen nations would be trying to give immortality to us. They know that they would not be trying to give, all right, they would not be trying to give galactic rulership to us. All right, or to share in that blessing. They know that. They know that. Okay? So because we went off, we had to pay such a high punishment. Okay, but as a result of us coming back, what? Our reward is going to be twice as better. Okay? A new covenant, better than the last. To be able to have the our complete bodies, okay, with an upgrade, even, you know what I'm saying? We're not just going to be in a lot of angelic abilities and angelic angelic power, okay, where angels don't have to sleep, angels don't have to eat, you know what I'm saying? Angels don't have to do any of these things. They don't bear children. Okay. But here, we're going to have the best of both worlds in this new covenant. We're going to be able to live as angels in humanly bodies, in human form. You see? We're going to be able to eat. We're going to be able to sleep. We're going to be able to bear children. Okay? We're going to be able to afford our kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Underneath Yahweh Shai, of course. We're going to have families. We're going to have noble lineages. We're going to have all these things. Okay? And we'll have the lot of the celestial. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, let me get that real quick. Bear with me. Let's go to 1 Corinthians. All right, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 39. It reads, "All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. There are also celestial bodies." Excuse me. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. Okay, there is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star differeth from another star in glory. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption. It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory. It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body, and there is a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul. All right, that was Yahweh Shai in his first incarnation. Okay, if you can receive that. All right, Yahweh Shai was Adam. Okay. And it was written, the first man Adam was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit. Okay, howbeit that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual. Let's jump down. Let's go to verse 59. Let's go to verse 52. It says, in the moment, in the twinkling, Salakia, verse 51. Bear with me, verse 51. It says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, all right, meaning die, but we shall all be changed. In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible. All right now, we're subject to these dead bodies. We're subject to these bodies that go off, that get sick, like I am right now. You know what I'm saying? You got to hear me sniffling and coughing and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're subject to sin, like I said. We're subject to foolish thoughts. Okay, but we're about to be raised in a body that's not subject to all these things. Yet we can still partake in all these things that mortals, partake in. Like I said, eating, sleeping, bearing children. Right? It says, verse 53, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. Okay? This is not allotted to all the other heathens. This is not allotted to the other nations, man. It is only given to the children of Israel. All you got to do is read Hebrews chapter 8, all right, where it goes into the fact that this is only for the children of Israel as he had made with our fathers. You know what I'm saying? Not the same covenant, but a better covenant, a better promise. You see? And this is not going to be shared with the heathen. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 33, excuse me. Deuteronomy chapter 33, verse 28. It says, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down dew. Right? Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is the sword of thy excellency. And thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places. You see what I'm saying? All right, this is a great promise that's coming to us, man. Okay, it's not to be given to everybody else. Okay, because they didn't partake in our punishment, right? They didn't partake in our punishment. They didn't partake in the things that we had to endure. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to 2nd Ezra. I got it. All right. Speed this up. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 6. And let's go to verse 54. All right, let's start there. It says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord over all thy creatures, of him come we all. All right, meaning every nation. Every nation comes from Adam, right? Of him come we all. And the people also whom thou hast chosen. So he just made a separation there. The same separation that was made in Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. All right, where he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel, man. Everyone else has their lot of inheritance. Okay? Right? And the people also whom thou hast chosen. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. For our sakes. Who is the prophet Ezra talking about? He's talking about the children of Israel. For our sakes. All right, the world was made for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come from Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel, man. You know what I'm saying? If I was to make a comparison, you know what I'm saying? When we got into the when we got into the analogy of the gold, the silver, the precious gems and whatnot, all right, locked inside of a safe, that's the children of Israel. The rest of the heathen nations, all right, the rest of the heathen nations are counted to stones. You know what I'm saying? Stones, rocks that you can just pick up outside. You know what I'm saying? The gems, the diamonds, the rubies, the topaz and sapphires, you know what I'm saying? They come out of the ground too, right? Okay, but also stones. Stones come from the ground as well. You don't care much for the stones, do you? You know what I'm saying? There may be some that's nice and smooth and all that stuff. You know, it's pretty cool. But they account to nothing in comparison to all this great wealth, all right, that you have inside that vault. So just to give you a quick comparison with that. But it says, verse 57, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. Remember, when we're in right standing with the Lord, we are tasked with ruling over the nations. You see, that's the natural order. We rule over the other nations. But when we go off, when we disobey, the Lord allows the other nations to rule over us. And they don't have these laws, statutes, and commandments to guide them. They don't have that. You see what I'm saying? They rule by their means of their false idols. You see what I'm saying? And so all that perverseness, all that that corruption, okay, that then seeps down to the Israelites. Okay. Continue verse 58. It says, "But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?" You see what I'm saying? And it's all going down to a particular point where we're changed. When Yahushua returns with healing in his wings, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be changed, and we're going to be immortal. We're going to be perfect. We're not going to be subject to sin. And therefore, we will be able to judge 100% correctly. You see what I'm saying? Never going off, just like it was in the time of King Solomon, before King Solomon had went off. Okay? Which, if you can receive it, King Solomon too was also Yahushua in the reincarnation. If you can receive that. All right? So, let's see. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 65 and verse 22. Got that written down. Getting ready to close this out so I can get some ginger tea, man. That stuff works. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 65. Isaiah 65 verse 22. Come on. It says, wait, am I in the right spot? I'm slacking. 65, damn it. Isaiah 65 and verse 22. It says, "They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands." You know what I'm saying? All right. So we're going to be able to enjoy the fruits of our lands. You know what I'm saying? All right. The whole world will be ours. Okay. And we're going to have these heathen doing the work for us, man. They're going to plow our fields. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be the vine dressers. You know what I'm saying? And let's get this in the book of Slacking. You know what? Let's get this in Isaiah 59. All right, Isaiah 59 and verse 21, it says, "As for me, this is my covenant with them, saith the Lord. My spirit that is upon thee, and my words which I have put in thy mouth, shall not depart out of thy mouth, nor out of the mouth of thy seed, nor out of the mouth of thy seed's seed, saith the Lord, Yahweh, from henceforth and forever." You see? So we're coming to that time where we're going to be on top. You know what I'm saying? Where the roles will be reversed. All right. Why? Because we know now what a world ruled under wickedness looks like. Okay? It's nasty. It's ugly. You know what I'm saying? It's ruled in folly, foolishness. Okay? Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." Okay? So the people are mourning right now, but when the righteous are in authority, the people are going to be rejoicing after 1,000 years. All right, after 1,000 years of cleaning this place up, all right, fixing this place up, you see what I'm saying? After 1,000 years of having been subjected to our rulership, you know what I'm saying, and learning and following the correct ways, they're going to rejoice. They're going to rejoice, and they're going to understand that this was the proper way. All right, this was the proper way. And you can't give this great honor. You can't give this great honor to the heathen nations, man. You see what I'm saying? Again, if everyone is special, no one is. No one is. But we're about to see why the Lord calls us so special. You know what I'm saying? When you see these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Indians, you know what I'm saying? You see these jakes doing spectacular things. All right, that's just on a low level. You know what I'm saying? That's just on a low level. Most of the times it's for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? But what happens when it's in terms of rulership? Okay? On a low level, these jakes was able to create Black Wall Street, you know what I'm saying? Rosewood and all that. You know what I'm saying? On a low level. On a low level, the northern tribes had a whole functioning system, aqueducts, everything, you know what I'm saying? Whole civilizations, whole societies, you know what I'm saying, that functioned like clockwork, you know what I'm saying? It just and everything, you know, thrived. When you think about all the inventions that every nation on the planet uses, you know what I'm saying? And it goes back to a Jake, so-called Negro, all right, or Latino or Hispanic, you know what I'm saying? All right, it gives you the perspective of what would it be like to live under these people in righteousness. You see? Who are incapable of sinning. That means the whole world will be prosperous, man. The whole world. That's what makes us special. All right? That's what makes us special, man. And if you give it to everybody else, it's not going to mean anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it, man. I wanted to get into that. All right. You know, the spirit jumped on me while I was writing that and doing my little practicing. But I hope that this lesson was edifying to the elect. All right. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone of my ground in this truth under. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.